Welcome back to Editoric. This is week 5 of my journey. And how did it go? Well, stay tuned and find out. So, this week, in my C2 5K, I feel like the third day was an evaluation of my progress. Whether if I could complete it, I could move on. If I couldn't, I need to hold myself back. So let's talk about this week's C2 5K. So on the Coach to 5K, this week it started off with 5-minute run, followed by, was it like a 3-minute walk, 5-minute run, 3-minute walk, 5-minute run. So when I first got into this, before I started on that run, I just looked at, I'm always looking at the next week's before I beginning, my heart rate kind of like spiked on this 20-minute. I'm not sure why. I'm thinking maybe because at the very start, there's a slight slope that goes down and my momentum was a little bit faster and I was just going. And I was just all excited about my 20-minute run. And then I kind of like, hey, don't overdo it. Looked it back up and sure enough, it was 3 5-minutes. So I'm like, it makes no sense. I just got done running 5, 5, and 8. Why would it go back down to 5 and 5? So I think the walk is like 3 minutes. I won't pay attention to the walk. I'm more concerned about the run. I completed the 3 5, so it wasn't an issue. Then that was on Sunday last week. And then on Tuesday, I did 2 8-minutes and I managed to pull it off. I was like, all right, 8 minutes, 2 runs. All right, so on my 20-minute run, I went 0.8 miles, 0.8 miles, both ways, roughly according to Google Maps. So I don't know exactly how far it was because it's using landmarks. My watch said 2.13 miles. It took me a quarter mile to actually get to the location. So not too bad for 20 minutes, especially since it's kind of new to all this. I got landmarks when I run on this path now. Like I know my first location, 3 minutes, and I get there really quick now. It's like, it's still 3 minutes, but it feels like it's been like 30 seconds, which is great. And it varies too. Like sometimes it's a little faster. Like on the way there, it's quicker, like 30 seconds faster. On the way back, it's usually about 3 minutes because I'm moving a little bit slower on the way back. And then when I did the 8-minute run, I had like an image in my mind, like, all right, this is where 8 minutes is at. So I'm like, all right, 8 minutes. I get to my turnaround point and I am at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't have anything to compare it to because I never really ran the whole stretch before. So I don't know if I was ahead, if I was behind, but I definitely was ahead in terms of time and the turnaround. So I did my turnaround, usual location, came back, I was doing well. The first 10 minutes was great. Second 10 minutes was even better. Turned around, kept going. This whole time, I'm thinking in my mind, like, just picturing myself celebrating the victory of completing this 20 minutes. And I completed the 20 minutes, which is great. But when I got to, I was picturing in my mind, like a celebration. Like, yay, I completed this run, got my 20 minutes, killed it, got done, easy, right? That was my mindset. The whole time I was running, it's like, just thinking of victory, victory, victory. Then I got to the point where I'm 3 minutes in start of the run. So when I go from point A to point B, it's a 3 minute run period. And then at point C is 8 minutes, and then point D is going to be my turnaround. So when I got back to point B, I was like, my mindset changed. And I'm like, okay, I'm at the home stretch. I got this, no problem. Then I started thinking about like, how much further do I have to go as the time increases? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, how much further should I go before I do the turnaround? Obviously, half the time is what I want, but where am I going to end up? I have no idea. For now, I know where I'm at 9:30, so I have a good 10-minute turnaround. But in the end, in the beginning, there's a slight hill that goes down. I pick up speed, and my rate kind of rises right away because I'm going a little fast, trying to dial it into a proper run speed for myself. On the way back, I have to go up that hill, which it's not an issue. It's not an issue. It just adds to the challenge, gives it a little more zest. So on the way back, I go up that hill. My pace slows, so it's given. So I'm tired. I'm like 2 minutes away from finishing it. And then I overshoot my starting point, and I go down a hill and all the way back up to this business that's nearby. That 20-minute run was the furthest run I've done, and the furthest movement I've done on this path since I started on week 1. Also, week 1 was horrible. I don't know if you saw my video. I was just beat. I was tired, exhausted. It was hard to complete. The app messed up. I was like, this is good because it messed up and it's making me walk. But this time, man, I was just like, yes, I did it. Wasn't exhausted. I also found out I could post images of my heart rate so you can see how long I was in the zone for. I got a little material to back up the claims. So yeah, 20 minutes complete, non-stop, no rest. Next, I have 2 runs next week that require interval timing, so I'll be using the app. After that, when I go to my solid runs, I'm going to start using the Fitbit timer, and then use the Fitbit tracking to say run. And then I can time my run. I'm going to try it with my Sunday morning run and see if I can put them together and have like the run so I know my distance, because I would like to see how far I'm running and I have a good grasp of how far I'm running, and then I can like compare that to previous runs, and I'd be like, hey, I ran 2 miles today and it's 25 minutes, right? Because that's my next long run. I expect it to be about 2 miles. And then if I do it again, I'm like, oh, I ran 2.1 miles, 2.2 miles. Like, I want to be able to see all that. And the beauty is that starting week 7, 8, 9, it's just a solid chunk of time run all 3 days. So I should see improvements, hopefully. Because then I can push myself 2 ways. Try to complete the time and gain distance. That is what I want. I don't know how I am going to proceed past week 9. So when it hits week 10, I have thrown out a few ideas. Not quite sure what I want to do. Anybody else is doing this and they want to share what they're doing, go for it. I was thinking maybe start C2 10K. That's a 12-week program, not 9 weeks. So I'll probably start that after, depending on how I proceed with C25K. I'm at least doing 3 weeks to round it off to 12 for the month. To finish off the month. And then maybe the next month I'll roll into C25K maybe I'll roll into C210K or redo C25K and try to go for higher speed, increase my pace. I'm not quite sure. All right, food. So I had some mishaps last week on food with going to work. This week I brought my food to work. So that worked out well for me, except for the fact that my backpack that I take to work got a hole and it's raining out, so things go. But I had everything packed in there and I forgot about my food and I threw it away. Whew. As I swapped to my new backpack. So I did go one day without food at work and I didn't eat anything. I waited till I got home. I'm just like, no, let's go home and eat. All in all, I dropped 1 pound. I broke the threshold. I dropped to the next series of digits. Yes. So it's on now. It's on. Like, I hit it. Now that I hit it, it's gonna bounce, right? Like, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. As I'm working out, drinking water, eating food, it's gonna go up through the day, go back down. But now that on the scale I saw that, it should start dropping down. So hopefully I'll have you better news next week's video. But food is on point. Did I make any mistakes this week? No. Whole foods all week. All right. Well, it's Editor Rick. Week 5, new month, May. Gonna be losing it. It's gonna be a great month. Let's see how far we can go. All right, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Check you out in the next video.